Outrage and disgust growing after the alleged brutal sexual assault of a woman on a commuter train just outside of Philly about a week ago. Police believe other commuters recorded the attack on their iPhones instead of calling 911 for help. The woman was said to be harassed and assaulted for more than 40 minutes, had traveled 27 train stops before a suspect was arrested. Molly Line in Boston has more on this story now. Molly.
Not exactly sure why this is so confounding to you people. This is the culture that you have overseen. You know, you, the media, the governance. This is the culture that you have put in place. When you import gigantic swaths of people that do not share our vision, that do not enjoy liberty and freedom the way that we enjoy liberty and freedom, this is what you're going to get, and it's what you got. Is it any surprise at all that these people pulled out cell phones and started recording this woman's, how shall we say this? Well, fuck it, let's just go ahead and say it because you've already said it. This woman's rape. This woman's dishevelment. I don't recall anybody being this torn up about men that are being stabbed to death, elderly men that are being left for dead on these same subway systems. You can start there. That's going to be part of your problem.
Bill, police say that the rape happened on a SEPTA train just north of Philadelphia. Fellow passengers looking on during the course of this alleged sexual assault.
Wait a minute. What do you mean alleged? Didn't you just say that it was a sexual assault? What's the point of saying alleged? Is it the whole idea of innocence before guilt? Is it because people witnessed it, right? There's nothing alleged about it. And you have to stop doing that. Stop doing that.
The assault on their cell phones. The alleged assailant is in custody. 35-year-old Fiston Noy has been arrested and faces multiple charges, including rape and sexual assault. Police say the attack happened last Wednesday night after he boarded the train in North Philadelphia, getting on at the same station as the victim. Noy allegedly harassed and grabbed the woman before raping her. The police chief described other riders holding up their cell phones pointed in the direction of the attack. Police did not arrive until a transit system employee called 911.
And why is this a surprise? I know what you're thinking. I know what you're going to say. Well, those people should have helped her. They should have. They should have jumped out there and, done something. And but they don't do that anymore. I wonder why. I wonder why men and other women don't help anymore. I mean, it could be the fact that some of them get sued, which is absurd. You see? The compulsory notion of a Good Samaritan law making it illegal not to help somebody is fucking ridiculous. I'll just go ahead and take the shaming, thank you very much. I don't want to end up like those fellas that got stabbed to death a couple years ago in 2017 trying to help some ridiculous Muslim chick, and they're dead.
When the doors opened, an officer entered and saw what he believed was a criminal act occurring, ripped that man off of her, and pulled him out onto the platform.
And per exclusive reporting via the Tucker Carlson Tonight team, the suspect had a criminal record and had originally come to the U.S. on a student visa, which was terminated in 2015. In 2017, Noy pled guilty to a sexual abuse misdemeanor and was sentenced to 120 days in prison. He was never deported because the Board of Immigration Appeals determined his misdemeanor sex offense was not a serious crime. Noy is slated to return to court on October 25th. Bill,
Molly, stunning.
Well,
indeed.
hooray. He's selected to return to court on October 25th. So his visa was up in 2015. He committed crimes in 2017, still wasn't deported. Basically has had his walk. I guarantee you he has done other shit that you don't know about. This is just what got him caught. And now what happens? He goes on a subway car. He rapes a woman, brutalizes her. He has an audience sitting there making sure that he is absolutely taken care of, protecting him, actually, in a sense. You know? Isn't that just wonderful? And now he's back in again, taking up American tax dollars, living on the fucking dole. And this is all part of what we call a culture breaker. These are the people that are undesirables. I do not want them in this country. But guess what? As a citizen of this country, as somebody that was born here, that has a lineage here, a heritage, my wishes, wants, and needs don't fucking matter. You don't seriously think I'm going to step in the way of these people? You brought them in here. You leftist voting women. You made this possible. So suffer the consequences.
Molly Line, thanks. Dana.
Let's bring in Judge Janine Pirro, host of Justice with Judge Janine. I'm a little speechless.
Yeah.
On this one. It's so upsetting.
We should all be speechless about something like this. This speaks to the disintegration of a society. It is a culture that is non-feeling, dehumanizing victims when we literally are seeing them in front of us. And, you know, for so many years, we always try to think we won't be a victim. It'll never happen to us. And that's one of the reasons that we don't put ourselves in place of a victim. But this was so horrific and so awful that people actually took to their cell phones.
You don't seriously believe that that's why people took to their cell phones, do you? No, baby girl. Let me tell you something. Every one of those fucks that pulled out a cell phone is talking about world star, world star. And they're hoping that they can get 15 minutes of clout. They're hoping that they can sell it to TMZ. That's what they do. That's what everybody does now. They're in constant seeker mode about how to go and get their 15 minutes, about how to go get that glory. No, ma'am. It had nothing to do with the horrific nature of a sexual assault. Schmexual a schmalt. Let me clean it up there for fucking YouTube. Maybe that works.
You know, the reality is that 27 stops, as Molly Line reported. People had a lot of time. He started groping her, harassing her, then ripped her clothes off, and then raped her in front of all these people. No one did a thing. And there's something called the bystander effect, where there's a bunch of people together and no one does anything, so then no one else wants to do anything. But the bottom line is this. There is no Good Samaritan law in the United States. There is no law that requires anyone to do anything when it comes to helping someone out, unless, you know, it's a child abuse case or neglect case where there's mandatory reporting, unless you're a police officer or a physician who is charged with the responsibility of caring for a patient. The United States is unique in that regard.
Now, is it just me, or is Judge Janine Pirro sitting here trying to float the idea of a compulsory Good Samaritan law, which by its very nature is not good? It sounds that way to me. Sounds like this is being used, this horrific schmexual assault is being used as a way to get people to start acting more ethically, more morally. Oh man, say it ain't so.
No requirement that anyone get involved. And I think the most outrageous part of this is a prior arrest for drugs, a prior conviction for drugs, conviction for sexual abuse, and a judge saying it's not a serious crime. Now, I suspect, and you know, if I were a gambling woman, I would say a misdemeanor first-time sexual abuse probably started as a felony. They gave him a deal, and he's still in the country, and he's here illegally. And no one's going to send him home.
This whole idea about
Come on, Judge Pirro, you know better than that. Quit playing to the fucking crowd here. Of course nobody's gonna send him home. He's their voting base. This is the motherfucker that they have imported to this country times 20 million. Are there some good immigrants coming over the border? Yeah, there's some good, decent, moral, ethical people coming over the border. Now ask yourself, why ain't they saying anything? It could be, now, I might be going out on a limb here. It could be that they feel that their life would be in danger, that they come from environments where if you speak up as your so-called good Samaritan, you'd get your ass kicked in or your family would get killed. And I think all of you know that, and you're just sitting here playing to the crowd. And quite frankly, it's nauseating.
27 stops without somebody intervening. Here is the police chief who runs the transit agency.
I don't know what's running through the minds in folks' heads, but it concerns me enough to want to have a conversation with you folks to get the message out that if people see behavior that is unusual, we want to know about it.
Of course.
Good for him.
But listen,
No, not good for him. That's just more goddamn word salad. Pardon the GD there, folks. That's just more word salad. That man understands what's going on. While that man is telling that fraud, he knows. He knows straight up. This guy's from a foreign country. This guy's a foreign national. This guy's a piece of shit. This guy's an imported piece of opposition to the way that American citizens do business. Just because you come here and get a green card does not make you a citizen. You have to adopt the ways that this country does business, and not a lot of these people do that. And I don't mean the scummy politicians that are driving this country into the fucking ground right now as I speak. I'm talking about what our country was founded on. And for all of you jerk-offs out there that are going to say, oh man, 1619, oh, it was founded on slavery and Hugh White supreme pizzaism. Fuck you. Nobody's buying that shit. You want to talk about slave owners? The biggest slave owners in the country were blacks. So eat a fucking dick. Pick up a history book. Read something. Stop getting all your news in 2-minute blurbs from Google.
it could have gone 52 stops and nobody would have intervened. It took 27 stops for a cop
And it was
to
an
get on board
off-duty
that
transit
It was an
person.
off-duty transit person who called. No one even bothered to call 911. How hard is it to call 911 on your phone? How hard is it to say, why don't you stop, leave her alone? She was resisting him. She was pushing him away. No one had any idea that they were together or anything absurd like that. This is about the degradation of victims and humanity in our society.
Hey, Judge, let me hit you up one more again. I'll tell you exactly why nobody walked up there and said, hey, man, why don't you leave her alone? Because the last motherfuckers that tried that, May of 2017, they got stabbed to death for intervening. Because you have taken away the autonomy of the individual and placed responsibility for things like this in the stands of the hate. That's right, the fucking hate. Excuse me, you don't understand me? The state. Local, county, municipal. Now everybody has to be treated like big fucking babies. That's what you get for having a hive mind. That's what you get for trying to regulate every fucking human down to the nth degree. Eat that big, fat, salty tasting dick, motherfucker.
What about the prosecutors who, in some of these cities, like in Philadelphia, don't do
Larry
anything
Krasner.
about it?
They don't take the mantle of the victim, and that's the problem. When you have prosecutors who are more focused on the criminal than the victim, we have the total disintegration of society. This is horrific. This is awful. And this woman, what if he had taken out a knife? Would they still have continued to videotape this?
Are you serious? I'll tell you exactly what would have happened if he had taken out a knife. He would have killed her, and they would have filmed it. That's what they do. World star, world star. That's what they do. This is the society that people like you, Miss Pirro, have cultivated. Oh, and God, I know just exactly how pissed off and indignant you would be if you ever run across this and hear this. But that's what it is, ma'am. That's what all of you have created. We see it in real time what's going on. And what do? You get on TV and you fucking talk. It has been very clearly laid out for us what happens when our society comes to this point. You remove the people that have enabled this. You remove the Keith Ellisons of the world, the Joe Bidens of the world, the Kamala Harrises. You remove every motherfucker that has a D next to their name and 75% of the ones with an R next to their name. That's what you do. And poor old little us, we're just sitting around waiting while people get killed, while people get shot, while people get fucked with on a daily basis, while people are humiliated, brutalized, beat up, starved out. This ain't the story of a woman's rape. This is the story of the rape of this country. Just one person at a time. You sorry motherfuckers.
It is a shame that these people are involved. And you know what? Right now, they're the people who should be ashamed.
So can you get that? Would there anybody who filmed it, would that then be evidence?
Yes, it absolutely is evidence. Okay. But we have to know who actually filmed it. You know, did they film it? Let's give them the benefit of the doubt that they filmed it with the idea that they would then give it to a prosecutor.
Right.
You know, let's see how many call the prosecutor and say, I have the video of this where it shows that she's resisting. It shows that she doesn't want him anywhere near her.
You have been involved in countless cases in your career. I don't think we really know the whole story here yet.
No, probably not.
There's more to find out about the other people who are on board these trains.
And you know what? It is so true. We never know at first blush what is going on. And right now, that police chief, that one you just heard from, good for him. He's going to get to the bottom of this.
I hope so. So upsetting. Thank you, Judge. We appreciate being here.
Pirro,
Good
nice
to see
you in
nice
studio.
To see you.
While you son of a bitches are sitting there on your Fox panel, slapping each other on the back and congratulating one another for how good and decent and moral you are, just remember one thing. You walk the same streets as these immoral, cocksucking pieces of dog shit that have been imported to this country. It won't be long, relatively speaking, of course, before people start to get wise to this shit and refuse to accept it anymore. If that had been my mother, if that had been my sister or my daughter, there would be no force on earth that could keep me from this motherfucker. And if you stood in the way, I would punish you. And that's just how that would be. And unfortunately, for the vast majority of people out there, their righteous fury and anger has been bred out of them. Thanks to people like you on the Fox panel. So go fuck yourself. Ah, gentlemen, my absolute pleasure to host you one mo again. Yo, man, how did you like that opening? I liked it pretty good. I thought it was all right. I enjoyed it. Hold on a second. Let's get this avatar off of here. And oh, man, there he is. Holy shit. Maybe I should put the avatar back on. Let's move that. Hopefully the damn thing don't turn on and off like it always does. Still got to get my shit. It's good to see all of y'all in here today, man. There's some hitters in here today. That's pleasant. I love seeing that. 225 of y'all in the house. That's wonderful, man. What are we going to talk about? Let's talk about what we just watched. Why is it that men don't step in anymore when somebody is in clear distress? It's happening less and less and less. I see a dot. Hello from Germany, Mr. Hammerhand. Love your content. Thank you, Germany. And you guys, you need some red pills over there. So does France. So does Italy. So does Austria. So does Germany. I just said Germany, didn't I? Well, that's all right. I'll live and you will too. I'm not going to read that out loud, but I will put it up. That's just an opinion, FBI and all of you folks that are watching us, because I know that a lot of us are on watch lists, and it is what it is. You know, when you speak truth, and that truth goes against an oppressive, suppressive narrative, guess what's going to happen? You're going to get suppressed and oppressed more until things change. Why don't men step up? Why don't they do? Why are they bailing out? Why are guys going, you know, I'm not really invested in this anymore. I'm not interested anymore. Did you see the pop culture that I recorded with Terrence Pop and Blake? Pretty interesting subject matter, wasn't it? There's going to be a mating crisis because guys aren't blah, blah, blah. Remember a few years ago? We need representation. We need at least 50%, blah, blah, blah. And guess what? Now they're overrepresented. And they're not getting what they want on the other end. So now it's sexist again. So fuck them. Fuck them bitches. Fuck all of them. Fuck their enablers. Fuck the people that believe the way that they believe. You know, the wonderful thing about being me, about being us, I'm not going to include you in this, but I'm saying most of the folks in here are red pill, MGTOW. We got a few monks floating around. Don't worry, I'll get to your comments here in just a minute. Yeah. You know what the great thing is? We kind of have already gone through this. We understand. We know what the fuck is going on. Now, do we know all of it? Do we know what's in the Pentagon? No. Do we know what's in Area 51? No, we don't. There's a lot of shit that's being done behind the backs of the American people and the people of the world in every country, and their leaders are absolutely fleecing them. Everyone's getting a dick in the ass on that one. And some of y'all are liking it. Oh, man. Beard ASMR. This is a fucked up channel. Cheers. It's just tea. Don't worry. So let me get into these comments real quick. There's a lot of comments, so I'm not going to bail into all of these. I'm just going to scroll back up a little bit there and take care of business. Well, Fuckboy is wanting to say hi. So what's up, Fuckboy? How you doing? Hi. How you doing? Line of MGTOW, Master Wrench. And I see several of the Master Wrench in here. Congratulations, gentlemen. Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate the shit out of you, as I always do. MGTOW Life. I haven't seen Success Pool yet. Mr. Hate Vicious. Who we got in here? Jim McIntosh. One Fast Dak, a Manly is in here. Outstanding shit. Reverend 20 Piece. And remember, folks, Reverend 20 Piece is holding a Veterans Day live stream. So mark that on your calendars. There's going to be some folks in there. I'm scheduled to be there, and barring anything stupid, because the last time something stupid went down and I wasn't able to make it. But yeah, line of MGTOW. Who else do we have here? Whoever's on these messages, thank you very much for catching them. I appreciate you. Global Man is in the house. What's going on, Global Man? How you doing? Billy the Goat, my man, taking care of business. Fucking wrenches are already getting a workout tonight. And that's all right, because I understand it. A manly load at Hammerhand. I'm absolutely honored to receive the spanner of trust. I won't let y'all. I know that you won't, Manly. I know that you won't. I've sat in on a few of your stuff. I've been a guest on your channel a couple of times, and you're solid, brother. And that's why I trust you with the wrench. That's why everybody has a wrench, because I have a reasonable amount of trust for them. We've had some bad episodes in the past with wrenches being handed out to people that shouldn't have had them. But it is what it is. Oh, man. Look who that is. Black Pill on steroids. The man from England. The deep, dark chocolate brother in the house doing the thing. Good to see you, my man. I think, man, these comments are coming kind of hard, so bear with me, gentlemen. Harthal, hey, at Hammerhand, in Steven Crowder's last show, he actually held women accountable for issues today. That surprises me. That surprises me. For issues today, do you think there's some hope for some tradcons to see the truth? Check it out if you have a chance. I think I'd be very interested in seeing that. Crowder, I kind of like Crowder, you know, but he is very tradconish. And, you know, to each their own. But if you're torpedoing your own arguments by supporting a system, gynocracy, and not recognizing that that system, gynocracy, is kicking you in the balls and then expecting you to make change, no. I don't know if it was an accident or not. It might have been an accident. You know how it is sometimes you want to hear certain things, and then you you accidentally hear something that sounds exactly like what you want to hear, and you're like, oh shit. So gents, yeah. Cowboy, MGTOW Cowboy, what's up, Infinium? Is Infinium in the house? That is outstanding. One fast DAC. Bring it out, Ham. Oh man, my brush is in the other room. Caitlin McIntyre, I'm more curious why women on that train didn't step up either, to be honest. Well, the ridiculous feminist on TikTok that led a brigade to have my 11th channel banned at 20,000 subs. I've had about 200,000 subs on TikTok already, and those motherfuckers do not like me. They do not like me. They don't want to hear anything that goes against what they say. They have no room for it in their heads. They are one-track ponies. They don't want to hear shit. But yeah, I'm back. I was considering not going back, and I went back to Talk, and made another stupid ass channel. Only because it's gold. It is absolute gold. Red pill gold. If I was a red pill miner, I'd be covered in red pill fucking dust with my red pill hard hat, my breather. Oh yeah, it is absolute gold in TikTok. It's a cesspool, but it's absolute gold. That's the only reason that I go back. Luke Chase, who liked that beard? I do. On Caitlin's point, yeah, man. Yeah. Why didn't the other women step up? That one crazy ass feminist that I was just talking about, she attempted very ham-handedly to hold those females accountable. Now, when you see a man that is forcing himself on somebody, whether it's sexually, whether it's confrontationally, physically, and you as a woman, are you going to walk up there and get some? Are you? You already see him committing violence against somebody else. Are you going to walk up there and get some? I mean, you're equal, right? You can do anything we can do, and in high heels. So I hear. I think that was coined by a president, wasn't it? If not coined, certainly blasted out to the mainstream, get those pandering bucks going, get them suburbanite moms going, pump their fucking egos up a little bit and get them on the fucking train too, right? Except what happened? Nothing. Nothing happened. Some dude walks on a train, brutally assaults another female, and then everybody out there is supposed to be the bad guy and the villain, except the villain. Is it? Am I the only one out there that doesn't understand that? Sometimes I think I am. You go reading these stupid people's shit. Sometimes I think I am. Let me get on down here. Get to the bottom. Let's go ahead and highlight that one. I can only speak for myself, I guess. But if I seen shit like that going down on a train, I'm not afraid to throw hands. Well, the taffy-colored hair female that was talking about taking a chill pill, she wasn't too afraid either until she got boxed in the face. You see? Now, everybody, and look, I might lose a few of you on this one, but I'm going to tell you straight. Everybody wants, I always give it to you fucking straight. Everybody wants to look at that guy and say, man, that guy was completely fucked up. He's wrong. Oh, he's a monster. Roar. He's a monster. You know what he was? He was pissed off. He was having a bad day. And some son of a bitch that happened to be a female interjected into his life and got what she deserved. Don't run your mouth at people. Have some respect. You see, respect used to be taught at the end of a fist or the slap of a fucking hand. When people came out of pocket, when they came out their mouths, they got dealt with. Nowadays, everybody's like a big fat fucking baby, just rolling around out there doing their thing with no control. And then when shit goes south, what do? They call the fucking police. And then the trip hammers of the state are activated. And then what happens then? Right. Exactamundo. And because everything has been pushed directionally towards men, a man's going to go to jail, or a man's going to get shot to death, or a man's going to get swatted, or a man's going to be put in financial purgatory because he was dumb enough to give his seed, a seed of life, to some fucking thought. You can't trust nobody. Are there bad men out there? Are there bad seeds? Yep, there sure are. Do you know how they used to be dealt with? They used to be dealt with by other men. But there's millions of them now that have been raised by them old single mamas. And them single mamas are a societal cancer. And if y'all want to do some cutting, cut those motherfuckers out of society. There it is. I said it. Then again, it's been said many times. Cheers. These people don't care about the problem. They don't care about what's making the problem happen. They care about funding dysfunction. That's what they care about. That's how they make their money. It's like going to the DMV, or for some of you Northerners, the BMV, and you pass the basic test to get a 3,000-pound missile on the road, and then good luck. It's a basic driving test. If everybody had to take the test that I had to take, that Lion of MGTOW had to take, that a few others in this chat had to take, there would be no accidents. They would be pared down to almost nothing. But that's too efficient. That's too efficient, right? If it's too efficient, what happens? All of the dysfunction that is monetized out here in the world goes away. That money dries up, and those systems go bye-bye. And it's the same with murdering babies. It's the same with causing and creating dysfunction in men, dysfunction in women, dysfunction in society. That's what it is. It is what it is. Fuck boy, I don't know if you're trying to get my goat here today or if you're just being funny, But ease up with that bullshit. Global Man Private. Caitlin, men my size can kill you with one punch. You would do nothing. And it's the truth. Look, and no disrespect to you, Caitlin, but people out here, a lot, I'm not even going to say a lot, the vast majority of females are so gassed up. They so believe the Captain Marvel bullshit that they go out there and they square up on men. And they don't understand that most men, the vast majority of men, also one more again, vast majority of men are under extreme pressure. Extreme pressure. You get a couple of things go wrong, you have a bad day or two strung together, you're a time bomb. Is that fair? Should that be the way that it is? No. But often it's not our choice. Is that justification for blowing up and exploding on a bitch? No. Does it happen? Yeah, it happens. So instead of trying to vilify motherfuckers, instead of trying to make these people to be something that they're not, I'm not talking about the rapist. I'm talking about the guy that punched a Laffy Taffy in the head. Instead of trying to make them out to be something that they're not, what you need to do is find out what's going wrong in their life. We need to start taking care of our people. And we can't take care of our people when everybody else's fucking people are trying to get in here and squeeze past holes in the fence. Because that's just what's happening. That's what's happening. Oh, man, let me see if I can get in these comments. Gents, forgive me if I can't get to your comments. For some strange reason, there's a whole bunch of y'all in here tonight. So, hey, I'm going to just go up here a little bit and I'm going to start over. So, forgive me. Everything is upside down. Maybe it will never happen. Maybe it's a hoax to train people. Many of these events never happen. They are used to train people to act a certain way. I agree with you on that. You think about most of the things that you do in life, most of it is subconscious, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual training to get you to react a certain way. Pavlov's dogs. Get a bell, ring it. That's what it is. And it happens all the time, constantly. The quack. In Ontario, it's a written test, road test, and a highway test. People still drive like they were born broken. Yeah, they do. Constantly. This fucking state here that I'm in, Kentucky, was just ranked in some obscure insurance survey that I was perusing the other day. That's a month ago. 6 weeks ago. 7th best. 7th best. No. These people, if these motherfuckers are 7th best, I don't want to see 48th. I don't want to go to that state. 7th best, my ass. According to what? What's the standard? What are they being compared to? Moon landings? Meteorites striking the earth? 7th best, my ass. DD 101. That's an interesting name there. Last time I helped a woman, she then turned on me and 2 friends. The next time 2 women were looking for help from 2 drunks as I took my dog out, I left them to it and enjoyed the walk as well. You should have. I almost got my ass kicked a number of years ago down in West Palm Beach. Some chick that was sitting on the side of the road at night, got the car jacked up, right front, left front corners off the ground. And I can see her standing out there. And I'm like, at that point in time, I didn't know any of this. I was one of them real nice guys, right? That stopped and helped people, that felt compelled to do it. Pulled over, back, I was about 250 feet away from her, started walking back. And as soon as I started walking back towards her car, the bridge that was in front of my truck, I could see 2 people come out from under the overpass and start walking towards my truck. And I'm like, oh, and I turned right the fuck around, got back in my truck and took off. There's no fucking way. No way. I know a jack when I see one. I know a setup when I see one. And that ain't no. Retarded dwarf crazy is good for business. Hammer, you ain't shitting, homeboy. You ain't shitting. A Manly Load, England, UK. Laurie, Apple, yes, they should do whatever they want. I don't know what that means. I'm sure I'm missing it. I'm sure we said something, but I'm missing it. Dude Man Senior, the strongest female will lose to a weak man. Look, man, are there some strong, capable, and when I say strong, I mean strong, capable, independent females out there? Yeah, man, there is. There is. Do I give them any shit whatsoever? No. Are you using somebody? Are you committed to usury? If you're not, I'm good with you. I ain't got no problems with you. It's the people that run around like this crazy feminist cunt on TikTok talking about those men on that train are a bunch of cowards. No, those men are a product of you. Those men are a product of 40, 50, 60 years of unrelenting hostility towards men. Those men are a product of fatherless homes. That's what those men are. And for you to expect them to be the 1940s or 30s standard is hypocritical as fuck, considering you rail against that same time standard for females. These people are fucking whack. They're broken. Their record don't spin right. Fuck them. And that's why you don't argue with insanity. That's the main reason that I got punched off of TikTok for the last account. I didn't argue with them. You present clear, concise, salient points. You tag that shit. You cite that shit. Guess what? They melt down. Well, I don't believe those statistics. If you told them the sky was blue and that there's a planetoid about 260 miles up in the air, guess what they'd say? I got to go check. Because that's the way that these fucking bitches are. They don't want to hear shit. They don't want to hear nothing. And it is what it is. Jerry Alfred, shout out from Trinidad. Hammer, what's up, Jerry? Shout out from the United States, my friend. Caitlin McIntyre, I can't say I've been in too many fights because I do tend to stay away from the drama, but I have been in fights. I can take a punch and I won't stop at taking one in the face. I'll return one right back. Caitlin, I'm assuming that you're a female. We get a lot of folks that troll with female identities, and they're not females. But I'm going to assume that you're an actual female. Unless you've ever been punched in the face by a medium-sized man, you've never taken a punch. And no disrespect to you. No disrespect. You see the size of my hand? See that? See that? It's a big fucking hand, ain't it? Even somebody that's remotely capable of swinging an arm can disable you. You know, do you get points for staying on the ball and fighting your very hardest? Yeah, you do. You get points for that. But at the end of the day, points ain't going to keep you alive. Get a gun. Learn how to shoot. Don't shoot people that intimidate you. Shoot people that are trying to kill you. That's the first thing that you're going to be taught is don't react with your feelings. A lot of people feel fear and intimidation. You don't pull a gun on somebody because of fear and intimidation. But it will keep your ass alive. And it'll give you a much more even chance of surviving an encounter with somebody that's much, much stronger. And like I said, no disrespect. You know, a lot of people think that they can take a punch until the punch starts coming. They think that they can endure pain until the pain starts. And then it's a different fucking story. MGTOW Cowboy, I have a 5.5-inch missile. My man, Reverend, 20-piece. I used to have a commercial driver's license, CDL. Wasn't an easy test, at least not for me. It's not meant to be an easy test. You know, I passed it, and I passed it pretty well, passed it pretty good. I was very interested in taking the test, very interested in getting into the biz. And yeah, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. I think we're headed back into it. I took a year out of it to try to assess things going on with me physically. And we found out, obviously, you know, with my revelation about the things that are going on physically, that it wasn't sitting in the seat. It was just something that's carried in my body. And well, now that I know that, I think I can get back behind the wheel, make a lot more money. I left, God, In the last 10 months, I've left about $50,000 on the table. So lucky for me. I mean, I'm taken care of. I'm pretty good. Everything is decent, you know, for now. But you got to keep that shit going. You got to be able to generate. You got to be able to pull that stuff in. MGTOW life. I don't see fuckboy. Well, I do. He says right here, here I am. And as long as we good, then we good. Don't spam up my shit. I appreciate it very much. Sneaky B, you would think the majority of women would be pro Second Amendment. Well, you would think that, except for 100 years now, 100 years, the rights of men have been eroded. The legal framework that has been put around men regarding women has exploded. You have the chicks from Minnesota that made up the Duluth power and control wheel. You have people like Catherine McKinnon, who took any type of gendered language in law, especially as it related domestically, and pushed it towards men and eliminated any type of gendered responsibility when it came to women. You know, one of women's marching points out there, when they put on their little goofy pink hats and they start talking shit and they rally and they leave thousands, tens of thousands of pounds of trash all over the fucking place after their stupid rallies. We don't have to worry. Men don't have to worry about getting killed on a date. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Nearly as many men get killed on dates as women. Of course, women won't front that. When you start to blow their narratives up, their money goes away. And then the doofy little foot soldiers don't get their gibs. So that's how that goes. Sneaky B, I just read that shit. Mouth agape ape, what's up? Fastak. Dude Man Senior, a 250-pound power lifter female will lose to a weakling dude. We've seen that shit. We've seen that in multiples of examples. Ever since Billie Jean King and Bobby Riggs played, and Billie Jean King beat Bobby Riggs in that celebrity-ish put-on of a tennis match, which I still don't believe was organic. The whole rah girl power thing has been going 100 fucking miles an hour. After that, anytime there's been a co-ed sporting event, it's been a demolition derby. And the females don't fare well at all. At all. You had the most powerful, most dominant female tennis player in the world, Serena Williams, tell people live on the air, I believe it was on what? Was it Letterman? It was some nationally televised talk show. It's an easy clip to find. That they don't stand a chance when it comes to competing against men because they're stronger, they're faster, they're more agile, they have more endurance. Plain and simple, that they don't stand a chance. And that came directly out of her mouth. Directly out of her mouth. She lost to a player that was 207th in the world. Tried him again when he fell under 300, 400, and lost again. So, come on. You know, give me a fucking break. Give me a break. Odin's gone. Everyone disgusted with, no one did nothing, as opposed to being disgusted with the state of the human zeitgeist that produced it to begin with. I agree with you 100%. Every time these idiots on Fox and Friends or CNN or wherever it is start spinning their narratives in their goofy little newsrooms and they start telling everybody what they think it is, they know what it is. They know exactly what it is. There's a giant section of American culture that embraces this type of debauchery, and then they call it something else. There's a giant section of American culture on the other side that says, you know, we really need to do something about this, but they hamstring their own efforts, and they never get anything done. And it's the same old fucking same. Meet the new boss, same as the old boss. You know how it is. Dalton Turner, it does happen, but women need to step down. The original beef, I just fucked that one up. Where did that go? Well, I'm sorry about that, brother. It jumped. Yeah, it jumped. Kova Redro. Remember not gay Jared beating that fitness in an arm wrestle? Yeah, I remember that. That super crazy looking fucking bitch. She was like this arm wrestling, weightlifting champ or whatever. This Amazon looking broad, and this really, really thin, spindly guy kind of gave her a hard time. And the next guy that come up, he was somewhat average, and he put her away fast, very fast. You know, he wasn't Devin Larratt, but he put her away fast. And they have a real hard time accepting reality. You know, I want to be very honest with you here for just a few moments. Can I be honest with you for just a few moments? I'm always honest with you, but I just want to be super, super, super cis straight honest with you. They don't live in reality. They don't live in reality. This reality for them has been constructed. I am stunned at the reserve, the patience that men have had with this. When I look around and I see the transgressions that are being committed against men, it stuns me that they are as patient as they are. I think some of that patience should go away. I think men should start pushing hard to eliminate this bullshit. Because the longer this stuff is allowed to go on, the longer this girl power, rah shit, we're all equal shit goes on, the worse it's going to get. Can you have human rights? Of course. We'll be gracious enough to give you those. Can you stand equally with us? On merit, if you can do it, sure. We're not equal. Plain and simple. The feminist idea of equality, as most of you know, is chopping the legs out from under men so that they can feel better about themselves. I don't see a whole bunch of men out here now that are willing to absorb that bullshit. It'll be very interesting over the next 5 or 6 years to see where it goes. Very, very interesting. A manly load at Jaguar Media Backup Network. Did you see Friday Night Tights intro? Laughing my ass off. Jaguar's in here. What's up, Jaguar? How you doing? Odin's gone. At Jim McIntosh. Check out the similarities with Hunt for Red October. It's Cookie. LOL riots. I'm interested in seeing Alec Baldwin going to jail for murder for the insurance money for his shit show of a movie. Well, I don't know. I don't like Alec Baldwin, especially over the last few years. I thought that he became a caricature of himself, to be honest. There was no need for the things that he did, but in order to stay working in that shithole town, you toe the line. And if you don't toe the line, you don't get a paycheck, and you don't get to eat, and you don't get to do your exorbitant, extravagant lifestyle like these people are used to. It's what they're used to. Putting him on the hook for murder, I don't know about that. What happened when it happened to Brandon Lee? You know, the fella, it was Fun Boy in the movie The Crow. That was the actor that actually did the fatal shooting of Brandon Lee. And obviously, I didn't want anybody to go to jail. That man lived with that every single day for the rest of his life. And that's what he was remembered for. And he died with that. So very sad. I don't wish any kind of a murder charge on Alec Baldwin over what appears to be gross negligence. Alec Baldwin has nothing to do with stunt props. You know, I think he's a cocksucker as a human being, but throwing him into a gulag because somebody didn't do their job connected to him or close to him, it doesn't make too much sense to me. Reed Bronson Harris. Good evening, gentlemen. The truth hurts, brothers. Share that shiznet around. God bless. Anufo Antigua, the breadwinners of this society are all of your men that are producers. It's all of your men that are producers. Those are the men that work in the mechanics bays. Those are the men that work in the oil change pits. Those are the men that work in the oil fields, on the gasoline rigs, on the oil rigs out in the Gulf. It's those men. It's those men that brave the Bering Sea to get you your crab legs. All the shit that you take for granted every single day just because it's there. You have no idea the amount of labor that went into getting it. It's enormous. It's enormous. It's a shit ton of labor. Ultra testosterone. What's up, brah? Nothing. Chilling. Michael Paulman, I'm a little older. Oh, I don't know what that's up. Ultra testosterone. Fuck Joe Biden. Fuck that motherfucker. I mean that too. Incompetent. What? Where are we? You're at the White House. Why is it white? It's always been white. I don't like white. White people should go away. I said that once. Fucking idiot. JT. And it fucking jumped. Of course it jumped. Why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't it not jump? Success pool endeavors. Boom. Oh man, there you go. He is just a friend. What do you think about Elon Musk? I think Elon Musk is a successful businessman. He and Bezos and a few other governments are going to be leading the charge to colonize other planets. And it's an exciting time to be alive. I try not to intertwine myself with the politics of their personal lives, even though Elon Musk has shown that he doesn't have a whole hell of a lot of morals or ethics, fucking around with married people. Amber Heard. Yeah. He still has a tremendous portfolio. I don't mean money-wise. I mean intelligence-wise and drive and ambition-wise. It's unparalleled. There's not too many people in the modern world, other than Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, people like Oprah Winfrey. They've been all pushed into certain areas because people bigger than them see that they can control that and have influence and sway over humanity. So you're not going to rise to those heights like Zuckerberg. Zuckerberg used to be a human at one point. No, not anymore. The effort to fold that motherfucker into the company, the group, the club is an ongoing effort. And I think that he's resisting it, to be honest with you. But that doesn't make him a better human. A few years ago, he was involved in some bullshit in Hawaii, driving indigenous Hawaiians off of their ancestral lands through lawsuits so he could build a nice little mansion. Not like he couldn't go buy a whole fucking island that was unpopulated. He had to get people evicted off of their land or pay them off. More pressure. Yes, William, everything got better. LOL. Amazing. Really? I don't know what that means. Chaos. If a normie handed a person a loaded gun and they shot themselves, the person whom handed the gun over would have been charged. It's everyone's responsibility to practice gun safety. Alec Baldwin, to the best of my knowledge, is not a gun-wielding enthusiast or a professional. He's an actor on the set of a movie. It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. Yes, he has, I think, some responsibility, right? But as far as him checking props to see if they're prop bullets, see if there's anything lodged in the barrel, it's not his responsibility. Trini MGTOW, maintaining high tension power lines as well. Yeah, anything on the electrical grid, anything. Working in the power plants, working in the coal stations, mining coal, anything. These stupid son of a bitches out here are determined to extinct themselves. And guess what? I hope they do. I hope they do. I think the world will be a better place when these people are no longer in it. And they think the very same thing of us. So guess where that leads? Oh, goodness gracious. Lone Star Savage. Doesn't matter. They should learn proper gun safety training. I agree with you. Those are the people that are handling the prop guns, the company that was brought in, the so-called specialists. Those people should know what to do. The fucking actor is not responsible for that at all. MGTOW Matty. Hey, you mob. What's up, MGTOW Matty? How you doing, homeboy? I'm going to go to the bottom and jet up just a little bit. William Wallace. Hey, yo, man. Yo. What's going on? Frank Rizzo. Maybe they knew he never checked. I don't know. I can't speculate on that shit. You know, I don't speculate on things like that. I wasn't there, so I have no idea. Don't know. JR D-Man, I think Refund got a new channel. D-Man, I think Refund got a new channel taken down, homie. I don't know what that means. Augustine Vela, MGTOW for life. Absolutely. As long as you need MGTOW, MGTOW will be there for you. As long as you need the philosophy and the reminder of the philosophy, MGTOW will be there for you. There are hundreds of millions of red pills out here now. The MGTOW Mirror Project, any number of creators that are on any number of platforms now. Yes, YouTube is still the biggest. It's still the strongest. But I suspect that that's not going to hold for any length of time. Yeah, I suspect that that's not going to hold. I do believe that they will find ways to take us out of the ability to make account after account after account after account. Even if it's some type of criminal or civil liability, I'm sure that that's somewhere in the works right now, because I know that they get frustrated watching channels like this pop up and immediately bag 25,000 subs in a very short amount of time. Chronic is heading towards 40 now. You know what I'm saying? There are more over 100,000 Red Pill and MGTOW channels than I've ever seen. It's a good thing. We just need to make sure that these guys that are coming into this, that are searching for answers and reasons why, are headed in the right direction. You know, it doesn't take long listening to somebody to understand if they're into usury or not. It doesn't take very long. Odin's gone. At Steph, how about mind your own business? Uh-oh. Where's Steph at? Oh, shit. Hang on. Looking. Oh, here we go. Is Hammerhand pure blood? Hammerhand will never take that mRNA gene sequencer. It's not a vaccine. I will never take that. If it's forced into my body, somebody's going to die. It's not going to be me. I mean, it might be down the road, but yeah, at the pain of death, I will not take that. I will not take that. And then you got these idiots out here that are like, oh, he's an anti-vaxxer. He must be a Yahtzee. I bet he voted for 45. I did vote for him twice. I bet this guy likes to brutalize people in his basement. I don't have a basement, by the way. I'm just saying that's what they say about me. You know, according to TikTok feminists, I'm brutal. I've probably got heads in a freezer somewhere. That has been said too. Yes. It's very distressing to me because personally, I'd keep the titties and the vaginas and go fishing with them. Heads are useless. Colin Pemberton at Hammerhand. I'm curious, why do women find cheating so funny, and why are they so proud of doing it? Because they're being encouraged to do that. Because it's being marketed as empowerment, as embracing your sexuality. And by the time any of them wake up and understand that they have been led astray, they're already too far down the yellow brick cock-loaded road to turn back. when they start to find out that only a certain kind of man doesn't mind if she's had 50 blastos in her. 50 different blastos, I should say. Yeah, she's kind of stuck. And you can see it all over social media now. Don't ask me about my body count. What's wrong with my... There's nothing wrong with... Men get to do it. See, it's always this warped interpretation of what they think men are and what men do that they base their debauchery on. That they base not having any morals or ethics or principles or values. They have zero foundation. And that is billed as something good to them. It's drilled in their heads that men are their oppressors. And as soon as you say something like, I don't think I want a girl that's had 45 dicks in her in 12 months. Well, then you're part of the patriarchy, homie. You're just fucking evil. You want to oppress her. Handmaiden's Tale. And if that's the kind of girl that's out there, and it is, I don't want none. I'm good with my shit. Look at my shit. Matter of fact, I brought some shit to show you guys today. As you know, I collect. I'm a model builder. Got that Savage model station back there. I'm going to show you a few things. An original 1980 Rubik's Cube. Look at that shit. How about that? 1980. Got two of them. Got them for a pretty damn good price, too. They were slightly mislisted on eBay. And I always look for things that are slightly mislisted or stuck in an adjacent category to what they should be. Because folks that get on eBay, sometimes they don't actually do the things that they should do when they're listing items. And yeah, old daddy gets a break. Now, if they're taking a fucking bath on it, I'll tell them about it. So I've got what we call here aftermarket decals. Now, some of you, not all of you will understand what this is, but some of you understand what a Gundam is. And it's a long-lived animated series from Japan. Been around for a long, long time, 40, 50 years already. And aftermarket decals for what's called the Sazabi, Chars, Sazabi, new Gundam, new type. And you can get these in a variety of colors to match any of the color schemes that you're going to try to dress that Sazabi up with. And I just got the Sazabi. Oh, man, it's delicious. It's not a sausage, I promise. It is a giant fucking Gundam, and it's very well done. And there's the 1977 Ford Elf Terrell six-wheeler from Formula One. Now, if you get those kits today, the decals are kind of fucked up, you know, because they've been sitting in the box for a long, long time. So they come apart. They're not very well protected in there. So there are some companies overseas that I deal with in Europe, in Belgium in particular, and they make aftermarket decals for all of these 12th scale Tamiya kits from that age. So I went and found a nice set, very, very nice set. I know you can't see that too clearly, but a very, very nice set of aftermarket decals. I have two of those Ford six-wheelers. So there's enough markings here for, you can see on the front side, one, and then the other car. You can do it in the white, or you can do it in the Dayglow yellow, which I actually really love the Dayglow yellow. It's hard to get those decals right, and these motherfuckers nailed it. So yeah, I love that shit. I'll get into the comments here in just a minute, gentlemen. And I picked up for a very, very good price right there, a nice 93 Lola Ford. This was the last IndyCar model that was produced by Tamiya, which is a motherfucking shame. It's a crying shame. It really is. We've had some good cars in the past, and we really, really need some quality model representation out there, but we don't have it. And I don't think that we're ever going to get it. There's something going on, something wrong with IndyCar where you just can't get it. Pick this up for $25. the Elf, or the Braun Terrell Honda, the 020. This is the direct predecessor to the one that Jean Alesi drove in 1990, I do believe. And he was challenging Senna at Phoenix in the first race, and he placed very, very well. Very, very well in the season standings. And he went off to Ferrari just as Ferrari took a downturn and never won. He never won a race for Ferrari. Never won a race for Ferrari in the years, all the years that he was with them. Then he went to Benetton, and Michael Schumacher had some bad luck in Canada, and he ended up getting past him, and he won in Canada for his only career win in Formula One. And the irony is that Schumacher stopped in a Ferrari and drove him to victory circle on a Ferrari. It's a nice Williams right there from a few years ago. Well, about 30 years ago. The 20th scale kits are my absolute favorite. I can work with the 24th and 25th scale kits, but yeah, you know how it is. All right, let me get back up in these comments, see what's up. Jermaine Childress, I'm definitely a pure blood. Absolutely. He is just a friend. Hit that like button, man. Give me some of them Fonzies, man. Come on. 375 of you mad humans in here right now. Just watching this whole man have a breakdown. That's all right, though. Craig Finesse at Death 100. Iffy, I like the Gaslands tabletop game myself. The Awakening, I used to get model cars for $5 back in the day. Don't do it anymore. No place to put them. Yeah, I've got the places to put them covered. Mike, Global Man Private, I also loved these cars, especially the cars with the electric motors. I've got one sitting up there from a company called Doyoshu. And Doyoshu is an incredible company, just an incredible company. You know what? Give me 60 seconds, and I'll be right back. I want to show you my newest acquisition from a company that Doyoshu acquired called Otaki. I'll be right back. Gents, I don't think you'll be disappointed with this one. Yeah, I don't think you'll be disappointed with this one. Let me get to the bottom here on these comments. This is a kit that was originally produced by Otaki. They were absorbed by Doyoshu. And then Doyoshu let the license for the kit out to like Revell and a couple of other companies. But these are the best examples of this particular kit. This is one of my favorite acquisitions. 12th scale. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. That's a bad motherfucker. It's a very, very nice kit. Very nice kit. It's tooled incredibly. Very nice. See if we can get the body out real quick, and I'll just show you the body. What you heard clanging around in there were the my favorite style of rim for that particular car. I know a lot of folks don't like those, but that's my favorite style of rim for that car. And let's get the body out real quick, and I'll show you the body. You can see just how big that is. There we go. Let's get that in frame a little bit. That is a big car. And it'll be a badass when it's done. I figured I'd share that with you guys. I know you probably don't really give a shit, but some of you do like the modeling stuff, so I figured, what the hell. Luckily, over the years, the rubber for the tires has not degraded. And cool shit. Cool shit. All right. Jim McIntosh, 12th scale. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Jaguar Media. Imagine a nice 12th scale Mustang 69. They have some, but I don't know if they're 69s or not. I know that they've got a 78. It's either a 78 or an 80 Stingray, Corvette Stingray, that's made by Doyoshu in 12th scale. And I'll be looking forward to getting that one down the road, just not right now. Paul D'Angelo, show that sexy body. Lone Star Savage, love the mags. Old school shit. Yeah, it is, man. It really is. Misfit Bassist, gotcha airbrush hammer. Yeah. I don't think you can see it, but it's sitting right over there. You see it? I don't dare move the fucking camera. The son of a bitch will turn off. But yeah, it's sitting right over there. The compressor's sitting right under it. German power lifter. Melbourne is worse than Sydney, bro. It's communist, feminist hell. You're going to have to fight those son of a bitches tooth and nail. You know that, right? For all of you that are tuning in from New Zealand, that are tuning in from the island, that are tuning in from Australia, Melbourne, Sydney, man. Give up your guns, they said. It's for the betterment of humanity, they said. The son of a bitch jumped. Well, I'm sorry. MGTOW Life, be right back. Yes, sir. You got it, man. You got it. Thumb Ugly. I'm going to get a model for a 68 Firebird. They also make a, it's from 75 to 80, 1975 to 1980, Trans Am, with the big Firebird on the hood. And that Firebird, I've seen it. It comes in black, like black on smoke, and then red on like cherry, and then blue on like lightning blue. It's fucking brilliant. If you can get one where the decals haven't corroded, or come apart, you got some good shit there. But you can also send that stuff off to people that specialty make decals. 52 Demons at Hammerhand. Have you tried any Warhammer miniatures? No. I have not. As far as building them, putting them together and painting them, I don't think I'd have a problem with that. I would love them. I'd love to do that. But as far as getting any deeper into it, no. Living Legend 3, I have a 12th scale General Lee from the Dukes of Hazzard. Yeah, the 12th is still out there and available. In some of the reissues, they're not sending out the Confederate flag on the roof. Fuck you. So there's plenty of people that are coming out aftermarket and making the Confederate flag. Global Man. Private Mike, I used to live in Pennant Hills. The house they stole from me is valued at 1.8 now. I know that the land values are going ape shit out there. It's all Chinese engineered bullshit. Just like in Vancouver, they're crushing the housing industry out there. MGTOW Maddie, they didn't ask to give them up. They just took all the registered ones, semi-auto and pump. I thought that it was voluntary. I didn't realize that they came and confiscated your shit. I wouldn't have given it up. Sneaky B, that sounds amazing. My 79 Trans Am is my baby. I should get an exact model of it. If you go to eBay and you look for 12th scale Doyoshu, that's Doyushu, Doyoshu. You should come up with it. Living Legend 3 at Hammerhand. I have the flag on mine. Yes, sir, of course. Thomas Martin. The only way that happens is if you're out of ammo. Absolutely. Master J. Oh, man. Master J's got it. Jaguar Media, it was involuntary. Okay, I did not know that. We kind of got led to believe over here that it was voluntary. And I'll give you 3 guesses as to who was leading us to believe that, but you'll only need one. Black Wolf. Oh, good to see you in the house, Wolf. How you doing? Hold on a second. Well, I can't do it right here, but when this stream is over, homeboy, I'll rent you up if you want. If you don't, just hit me up at the email and tell me that you don't want one. Successful endeavors. Black Wolf. Misfit Bassist, let them fuck around and find out. There's a whole bunch of people out there that really do believe that they're going to be able to do all of that shit to you, that they're going to be able to just say, no, you can't have any food if you refuse to take this. No, you can't drive. You can't purchase gas. Let that fucking shit happen and see how this country burns. It ain't going to be just this country. It's going to be any civilized country. You have a duty to overthrow that. To say no, abso-fucking-lutely not. For something with a 99.8% survival rate, I had some goon coming at me in a TikTok talking about, well, don't you want to look out for your fellow man? I said, when my fellow man gets the common fucking cold, do you see me putting on a mask and taking shots? No, I'm not doing that. And my fellow man don't give a fuck about me when I'm getting rifled down by the police. So no, I don't give a fuck about y'all's safety. I don't care about your fucking health. That's your business. You care about your health. I got mine. I'm good. And when mine goes away, when I wither up and die and there's no more of these ridiculous, rancid Hammerhand videos, somebody out there is just going to have to pick up the baton and run. Run, Forrest, run. Rib grunt, I will die on my feet rather than live on my knees. Abso-fucking-lutely. Randall Djibouti, did I get that right? You're damn right, Hammer. You're damn right, I'm damn right. There you go, man. So what else are we going to talk about? I don't know. What are we, 1 hour and a half into this? 362. You crazy son of a bitch is all up in here doing that thing. We can talk about how active suppression on apps like TikTok is. Now, I know a lot of people dislike TikTok. A lot of people absolutely think that it's choke-worthy. Excuse me. You ain't wrong. See, that was a little, I almost threw up a little bit. You ain't wrong. It is absolutely choke-worthy. It smells like rancid pussy when I log in. But like I said, the red pill gold that I mine from that site, give me a fucking break. I can't pass that up. It's fantastic. Fantastic. And just amazing shit. But I'm telling you, guys, there is an active, coordinated effort over there to suppress and run off all men that have any type of dissent or opinion to what the feminist narrative is, the gynocentric narrative. And it's not just TikTok. It's Instagram. They get your ass on Snapchat, a little harder on Snapchat. They'll get you on here. They'll get you on Facebook, send you to Facebook jail for a few days, right? Teach you a lesson, slap you on the wrist. Now you be a good little boy. Be a good little boy. Go on there and be respectful to your gynocratic masters. And all of the simps and the fucking lowly blue pill dogs that support them. Now, as soon as you figure a way out from under that, I'm going to be good with you. You're not a lowly blue pill dog anymore. But when you undermine me and you undermine freedom and you undermine a dissenting opinion, you can eat a dick until the day you die, because you are the enemy. You are the enemy. And we will make sure to vanquish the enemy. How do we vanquish the enemy? Gentlemen, we starve them out. How do you starve them out? Stop participating in programs that pay them. Do you see the amount of trouble that movie theaters are having, that Hollywood is having trying to sell movies now? They tried to cut the throats of the theater owners all over the world, and that backfired. They tried to start streaming services to compete with things like Netflix and Amazon, and that backfired. But they've got millions and millions, but they have nothing on the channels. Nothing. What is there, 1 or 2 hits per streaming service out there now that people are actually looking at and gravitating to? The rest of it is just fucking garbage. It's trash. I can't even turn on any of the alphabet soup channels. Can't even turn them on. They're repulsive, just repulsive. Misfit basis, TikTok is Chinese intelligence. Well, it's not just Chinese intelligence. It's the American Stasi. You know what I'm saying? It's absolutely American surveillance. And people are absolutely fine with it. They don't give a fuck. Can I get my Starbucks latte today? Is that too much to ask? Sure, man. Go get your latte. Just sign up for TikTok. Okay, well, it's a deal. Jaguar Media. We need to make OnlyMans, LOL. OnlyMans? We need to make OnlyMans, LOL, a troll OnlyFans. Yeah, that would be interesting, I suppose, until you get down to the part where it's actual discrimination. Think of decentralized Facebook and LinkedIn. Look, I agree. I agree 100%. We've kind of already got that. You know, we kind of already have that. Let me say this carefully. Any disrespectful or disingenuous females or people that think that they're just going to walk into this motherfucker and take over, they are shunned and driven from the communities. They just are. Because everybody, thank the Lord, has a reasonable understanding of what it is here. Everybody kind of knows their place. I know my place. You know yours, you see? And it's not above you. It's beside you, walking in lockstep, making sure that we've all got this shit straightened out. You see? That's the way that we do business. And since I jumped on, that's the way that we've done business. And that's the way it should be done. There ain't no leader. There ain't nobody telling anybody what to do. Said, I will profess my usage of the philosophy. And that's what it is. And that shit keeps me straight. Super straight. Algorithm. Retarded dwarf. Without a phony clusterfuck, they can't get away with all of their social bullshit. They are incapable of letting us thrive and live good lives anymore. People thriving is their nightmare. People disconnecting is their nightmare. It's their nightmare. The most valuable resource on planet Earth is not a mineral. It's not an element. It's not dollar bills. It's human labor. That's the most valuable resource on the planet is human labor. And once you don't have that, once you can't take control of that, you're done. You're done. If you can't get millions of people to move in certain directions through coercion, through bribery, through any of the schemes, the fucking countless schemes that they've got cooked up to make people move, then guess what? It's over. And it's coming to a point where it's over. And it can't come fast enough. Living Legend 3, they passed that infrastructure bill. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So they had Republican support to pass that piece of shit. Did they have Republican support to pass that? Because I know Manchin was supposedly holding out on that. I didn't realize that they passed it. They passed that infrastructure bill. More money we don't have. Thank God I'm closer to the end than the beginning. No shit, right? I just worry about my kids and grandkids and based youngsters. Well, I didn't know that. That's unfortunate. So now we get to send hundreds of millions, billions of dollars over to foreign countries so that they can study butterflies in a desert and figure out if Pakistani kids want to become boys or girls or boys or fucking tree trunks or whatever it is that they do over there with that fucking shit. So it is what it is, man. One fast deck, tick, Gatow, going their own way. Kelly Giddens, the 5th Federal District Court has put an injunction against the mandate for now, at least. They can't mandate it. They can't mandate it. It doesn't make any difference what anybody says. They can make it law. They can make it punishable by death. There's going to be bodies in the fucking streets. You can't mandate that somebody violate their personal autonomy. for something that has a 99.8% effective survival rate. You just can't. And I wouldn't care if the survival rate was 50. The due diligence on this shit has not been done, not to my satisfaction. They'll call y'all, they'll say, oh man, he's an anti-vaxxer. Oh man, he's one of them. Not an anti-anything, except anti-dumbass and anti-usury. You see? Got all my immunizations. Kids got all their immunizations. This one sucks ass, and I ain't doing it. So fuck them. Success pool endeavors. Fuck a bitch. That's right. Fuck them. Don't give a damn. Excuse me. Didn't mean to do that right in the mic. Damn it. Where did that go? Sorry, the kid's in here trying to give me sign language on shit. Yeah, you can. What are those? What dose is that? 200. 200. You can take 3. Don't take any more than that. Got it? Jermaine Childress, all I can do is be a positive role model for my grandson and granddaughters. I agree with you. Live your life the way that you would advise people to live theirs if you gave advice on that. You know, I think most of us try very hard. A lot of us fall short sometimes. And that's nothing to be ashamed of. Stop falling short. You know that you fucked up or you made a mistake. Try not to fuck up and make the same mistakes. Mr. Pliskin, call me Snake. At RED, I've got over 30,000 volts in hybrid batteries in the shop. I'm not sure what you're talking about there, but yeah, I think people are going to be shocked, pardon the pun, when they start buying these electric cars and these batteries short out. And then they tell them, oh yeah, so you need a new battery. It's $5,600. Motherfuckers are gonna be like, they're gonna fucking choke on their spit. It's Mr. Hathaway. Republicans did support it. 13 of them. Me. I told you they would. Never again. Bitchute has many adverse effect. What? Bitchute has many adverse jab effect videos. Oh, from various sources. Pretty bad shit. Do what you can not to succumb to this destructive shit. I will do everything in my power not to do that. I will do everything in my power. And I'm not a joke. I'm not kidding. I'm not playing. The day that it is forced on me and they plunge that fucking thing into me, you have an enemy of the state. All of them. JEGR infrastructure bill passed, not the budget bill. Okay. A little more clarity there. Misfit bassist, the two-party small hat rigged game. They are onto us. The Goyim are becoming smart. And you got to understand, that's only a certain portion of them. That is the disaffected. You will hear the rabbi speak of the disaffected. Pay attention to that. It's important. Gray man will be replaced by AI, universal income, globalized slavery is coming. It's on the way, baby. It's on the way. It's coming. What? You did not conform? Push button. All fucking services turned off. No access to money. No access to your car because you got to put a thumbprint on your fucking car now. And it sends a digital signal. Oh, yeah. It's on the way, son. It's on the way. Jim Silver, infrastructure to build roads and bridges from our wallets to theirs. Fuck yeah. It's the American way. Oh, man. JEGR, budget bill did not pass Senate. That's a different thing. NN, 13 Republicans supported the bill. D-Man 50, next few generations getting an awful mess. We're in an awful mess now. They're going to be in a living nightmare. And so many of them are not even going to understand that. They're not even going to know that. You know, they think that freedom is being able to buy a box of cereal at will. How sad is that? It's terribly sad. Strangers, those who burn books today will burn bodies tomorrow. High impact. Depends on what kind of books. You know, people cite the Germans burning a whole bunch of books, right? Oh, look at them. They're having a book burning party. What they didn't tell you is that they were burning pornography. They were burning smut and filth. They were purging their society of that shit that was allowed in by a certain small hat gang and bankers. You see, when they booted those motherfuckers out of the country, they had never been so prosperous. So it depends. It absolutely depends. I'm all for burning some books, shit books, trash books, garbage books. Books with old knowledge? Nope, not so much. We keep all of those. Zoe Lamont, damn, I didn't realize that either. We're fucked. Yeah. One fast DAC at Arvelo, hello brother. At Arvero, hello brother. Lone Star Savage, 8 cents a mile tax. Are you joking? That did not pass. Did that pass? You've got to be shitting me. Tell me that that's not true. Tell me that's not true. I'll turn that fucking car in right now. Thomas Martin, y'all suck for being old. I'm only 25 and I have to see all this stupidity. Well, we had to see it too, just in a different form. We had to watch men become what they are. We had to watch women become what they are. We had to sit around and watch our intelligence quotients drop drastically. We had to watch these fucking imbeciles jockey for position for 40, 50, 60 years and do nothing and cull hundreds of thousands of young boys. Yeah, we had to do that too. 371 of you madcaps in this house. Thank you. Thank you so much. I can't tell how many Fonzies we got, but I'm watching. Hold on. Let me see if I can get out of here real quick, and I'll find out. Well, maybe I won't find out. Fuck me. Come on, bitch. There you go. Oh, man. 141 Fonzies. Well, I'm going to add one to that. Of course, I like my own stream. Oh. Red, I have Duracell Bunny batteries. I got Rayovac. JR, damn, this world is fucked always and always will be. Yeah, and look, come on, man. Come on. You know the deal. Until people get pushed hard enough and pressed hard enough and suppressed hard enough, they're not going to stand up in force and do what they need to do. Every generation always thinks that they are entitled to live in peace and not fight for that peace and freedom. The whole point of having peace and freedom is that it is fought for, because there are so many that want to take it from you. That's the entire point of doing everything that we do. It's the entire point. It's lost on a lot of folks. They don't have the guts. They don't have the courage to stand up and effect that change, make that change happen. I suppose it'll take a little more. Yeah, sorry about that. I just bumped the damn computer, and of course it turned off. So See if I can unplug that bitch without turning this whole bitch off again. There we go. Sorry about that, gang. Francesca Fregel. Fuck off, Susan. That wasn't her this time. It was just my shitty, fucking USB port. So that's everybody kind of going off there. We'll get past all of that. Yeah, that wasn't Susan. She just clopped that whole motherfucker, right? Phil D's boomer moment. I'm not a boomer. And I don't take that as a slap. That's a compliment. It's a compliment to me. He is just a friend. Best state to live in right now? ? Anyone that endorses freedom. Typically, that's going to be in a red state. But like Texas is pretty much a red state, and you see how it's going there. You know, Austin and DFW, they're fucking liberal shitholes. So, yeah. It just depends, bro. It just depends. Faith renewed Hammer became Groot, chasing which red button to push. Well, I made the right choice. It didn't take me that long to get out of it and get back in it. Never again. Susan ain't got shit for followers. CEO of YouTube. LOL, what a joke. I mean, is it a surprise? The sycophants and the people that are, coattail riding and clout chasing, they'll follow her. She's a moron. Anybody that believes in the, let me take that back. She's not a moron. She's a very smart woman. Very smart woman. Very, very sinister. Sinister smart. So, yeah. Francisco Linares, your opinion of most boomers, lost or know the way? I think that they know the way. Look, man, to sit there and denigrate an entire generation of people because their elected representation fucked it up for the following generation, it's not their fault. Not their fault. Some of them voted for it through the process, just like some of us voted for fucking Joe Biden. Now, I'm not saying that the election was won fair and square. What I'm saying is that millions of people voted for that motherfucker. It is what it is. So you live with the consequences of that. Jaguar Media, Susan Woe, the CEO of Boob Tube. Anufo Lantigua. They can try cyberpunk all they want. All the men just want, and that know how to feed himself in the wild to be free. I kind of get the idea there. Scuba Cat, programming can program anyone. I don't know why, but TV programming is a hell of a drug. Finding something that you like, that you can invest in, that you can take a personal stake in as far as a television show is concerned, a melodrama, a comedy, anything like that, is always going to be tempting. It's always going to be tempting. And then when you're watching a full slate of fucking shows Monday through Friday, and it's like, goddamn. I mean, pardon me, sorry about the GD, but that's fucked up. It's way too much. You can wait until the next season when it comes out on DVD, or you can chip it into a memory or whatever and just watch it that way at your leisure. I think when I was a kid, the television lineup Monday through Friday, it was a must. We had nightclubs, but it wasn't nearly what it is now. Now you have nightclubs that are 80% fucking women dick riding for free drinks. There ain't a lot of men in the nightclubs anymore. Oops. How'd that happen? Gray Man, 300 billion people a day killed by firearms. I remember that quote. Gabriel Alonso, voting is the problem. The republic has been infested with democracy. Individual rights are not at the mercy of any stupid mob. I agree. When people say, we live in a democracy. No, we don't. They're trying to make it a democracy. And a democracy is not what we want. Not at all. It's a constitutional republic. But not for long if things keep going the way that they're going. Never again. All in the Family was okay. It was fantastic. It was fantastic. I didn't appreciate it very much when I was younger, but I really like it now. I appreciate the hell out of it now. Homeschool time. Turned off TV in 1992. I went on a few more years than that. I went to like 05, like 2005, kind of ish, right around there. And I was only watching racing on television and a couple of melodramas since like the middle 90s is where I dropped it. Because I could just see what was happening. I was blue-pilled as fuck, but I could still see what was happening, you know? So, yeah. Juzu got rid of TV 5 years ago. It changed my life completely. The couple good shows there are, I watch from the high seas. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I agree with you. Dat Nilla Von Dizzle, constitutional common law. Baby, I'm not the biggest fan of common law. Tex Smith, Married with Children, was my last good show to watch. Yes, it's a good show. It ruffled a few feathers, but it was, I thought some of it was disgusting when I was younger and I was watching it, but it was still funny. It made me laugh, you know, so, you know. Kova, Redro, democracy is just the tyranny of the many, weak and stupid. Yeah, it's the tyranny of the many inflicted on the few. Absolutely. Tak Dabo literally threw my TV out of my apartment window. Yep, Misfit Bassist. I killed my cable when Obama bought Netflix. Yeah. Yeah, you know things are fucked up when stuff like that's going down, man. That's a rough one. That's tough to swallow. So I try not to do any of that shit anymore. I don't mess with it. If there's something that I liked from back in the day, I even hate that saying, but back when I was younger, still watching television, I will see if it's on DVD. If somebody has, copied it or whatever, and they're offering for a reasonable price, then I'll get it that way. Basilisk boy, look, by 2030, they will be rationing our rice and hot sauce to us for our daily meal. No shot, no rice. Well, possibly. Misfit Bassist, now I just sail the 7 seas. Successful endeavors, we're already in a war, not the typical kind of war. You don't just want to be a participant. Yeah. Black Wolf. I mostly watch anime now because most of the stuff on TV is total fucking garbage. It is. I added the fucking part in. But yeah, it is. It's fucking junk. It's junk. Just terrible. Colin Pemberton, back in my day, back in my years. Yeah, I guess. Jerry Weber, last show I watched was House. I always found it a little irritating to listen to the interpretation of somebody from overseas trying to speak like an American. That shit kind of bugs me a little bit. I always think that it's more mockery than it is actual art. So yeah, that show grated my fucking nerves. DB Cooper, been studying crypto, learned a lot by joining a Patreon. Yeah, man, crypto is something else. It's something else. DB Cooper, Gen X moment. Boom. My man. How's that stash of cash working out there, Cooper? I see you got out of the woods all right. Clifton Miller, I liked Married with Children. When I'm feeling bad about myself, picks me back up. Yeah, a lot of folks sit there and they chant, oh, Bundy. And do you realize that Bundy was one of the biggest simps in TV history? That when you live vicariously through a blue pill, that's not good. That's not good. It's still funny. I still watch it, but I see it with an entirely different set of eyes now. So Be careful what you idolize and what you worship. Midnight Runner 04. Just borrow from my Uncle Johnny. He was a pirate back in the day. Yes, sir. Misfit Bassist. The one-eyed small hat is the best thing to ever happen for the devil. Dude Man Sr. But Ted Bundy was no simp. No, Ted Bundy was a vicious murderer. Uh-oh. What do we got here? Basilisk Boy. Look, Michelle has a wee-wee. Yeah, is it an outie or an innie? Will Simp. Jada is a special woman. Why would I give up for 18 years of virgin models? Y'all hate women. So they say. So they say. I have yet to see any proof. Show me some receipts, Will Simp. I demand them right this second. Jada's a cunt and a narcissist and a bad wife, and you can do better. Punk. Misfit Basis. No, ma'am. Absolutely no, ma'am. Vax 1111. Navy launches ship named for gay rights leader Harvey Milk. Is it the USS Suckoff? I'm just curious. Yeah, I've had quite a reading about Harvey Milk. Line of MGTOW. I remember Duckman. Gray Man. Brown-coated sugar bacon. Holy shit. Line of MGTOW. One more again. Jada is a D-lister. She's a D-licker. She's a D-licker. And she takes advantage of people that are mentally fucked up and broken by her own admission so she can feel like a woman. She won't feel better about herself. She got involved with Mr. Shakur, and he imprinted on her. Oh, yeah. Retarded Dwarf. House gave the false message that you could thrive on pharmaceutical opioids. Imagine that at the height of the opioid crisis. Oh, yeah. It's probably bought and paid for by Big Pharma. I'm sure that there's some money changing hands somewhere. Patrick Lyons, DB, you look like you have a 70s fly hairdo on the screen, man. Steve, Al Bundy, women understand women and they hate each other. Yes. Yes, that's not Steve Rhodes, is it? Is that Steve Rhodes? Red, yes, she's trash. Holly Odd trash. Scroll crates, did I get that right? USS Rear Admiral. That's fantastic. Oh, God. Serious major music. They all get out of pocket at some point. At that point, you got to make the choice to simp or pimp. I just say fuck off. How about that? I don't have the energy at all to simp. I don't have the energy at all to fucking try to pimp them out. I don't want to keep track of the motherfuckers. I don't want them in my business. I don't want them in my bed. I don't want them in my bathroom. It always smells funky when they come out of my bathroom. No, thank you. Just get on down the road. Rib Grunt. I don't hate women. I just understand them. Well, I understand enough to know that I don't like them very much. Hate is a little bit strong, but when these hoes become self-righteous, and they always do, and they start telling you what you're going to do for them. It's X, Y, Z, 1, 2, 3. And if you don't have this and this and this, and we're going to go up to column A and we're going to select meal B. And if you don't have this, this, and this, then I've got to have this, this, and this. And you're going to sign off, blah, 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 blah. No, thank you. About face, walk away. No, thank you. Don't need it. Don't need it. If I got to get the pussy that bad, I can break me off some bills. I can go and pay for it. I can rent the shit out. And then I got what I wanted. And I'm probably good for 5 or 6 years. Sex is not the most important thing in life, man. It's just something that people have been told is an amazing, incredible, wonderful, yada, yada, yada. If you invest all of your self-worth in a sexual encounter, or the chance of a sexual encounter, I hope for you that it is the end all be all. I do. But I would hope that you grow up at some point in time and that you don't treat yourself like that, because you're treating yourself like shit. Oh, man. USS Suckoff, Jegr, son of Thor's, Jada, looks like a gargoyle. She does now, boy. That old fucking looks like saran wrap stretched over a chocolate skull. It's fucking hideous. And that's what they all look like at some, but that's the way that crazy fucking feminist on TikTok looks like. I swear, she is dehydrated and withdrawn. It's just like, you know, like a fucking vampire that went to the dentist and had their teeth pulled out. It's fucked up. Frankly, my dear, heard some Let's Go Brandon at a football game today. There you go. Dude, man, Senior Jada is still in love with Tupac, and that ninja has been dead for 20 years. Well, it is what it is. You know, if you want to be in love with a dead man and you don't want to respect the person that you're with, I personally don't know if Will Smith deserves that respect. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know. Your wife, the person that you stood in front of a preacher and God with, is out there, not even on down low, but she's got your whole shit on Front Street and blasting it all over fucking cable TV. And every time she opens her mouth, it chips away a big fucking chunk of that masculinity that man thinks that he has. It's gone now. It's gone. And you got to stand up for yourself. It reminds me of that fool that Chronic was roasting. What is it? Jack Murphy? Right? You know, that he's got that beard, you know, and looked like a fucking somebody put a table on his face and then colored part of it. Not a bad looking beard, just artificial looking, you know? And when you hear him talk, you can't believe it, because it's like this. And, you know, when my wife and I were out there, we were doing all kinds of stuff, and it was just amazing. And I'm telling you right now, I'm just a born boss. This is how this man talks. This is how that man talks. Go look it up. You'll see what I'm saying. A manly load. There is only one way out of this. These people won't be removed from power freely. No, they won't. They will fight to keep it. Yes, they will. We need to want freedom more than we want this life. I agree. That's what I was trying to say earlier. So nicely put. Yes, I agree. And I do feel like we are closer to that than we have been in a long, long time, at least 240 years. I do feel that we are close to that. Hope we're not. I would like to live a little bit longer, do my models, watch my son grow up. But if that's not in the cards, then it's not in the cards. That Nilla Von Dizzle. I mean, I can appreciate it, but definitely is a trap. Yep. Dan Jarhouse at Will Simp. Then your name is appropriate. Uh-oh, it's getting heavy. Hey, no winger. Yo, brothers, what's up? Hey, how you doing? Grill scoff. Boats and women should only be rented. I mean, I can kind of agree with that. Red. Oh, and it fucking skipped. What's up with that? That's bullshit. Let me get Red back in here. Come on, Red. Where you at? Oh, man. Red's gone. I'm sorry, Red. A trial of true men. I told my boys that sex is overrated in my blue pill days. Believe it or not, they got on my ass. I believe it. Dick Marks. Jada didn't want a six-pack. She wanted Rue-pack. And yeah. Tall, the sentient. At Caitlin, lonely single mom should have access to male prostitutes too. Nobody's stopping y'all. Yeah, they're called gigolos. Get yourself a gigolo. It's tough to be a man, baby. Tell me what movie that was from. Rib grunt. Sperm Wars. Oh, that's disgusting. Manly load at SCE. It was brilliant, bruv. Send more if you have them. Boom, boom, boom. Strangers, puberty. Missed him. I guess so. There's a good one. Successful endeavors. Hollyweird is a cult. Yes, it is. One fast act. There is no beard like a hammer beard. I don't know. A little scruffy. Got some split ends. It's all right though. It's all right. It's all right. Ken Locke. Sex is great. It's just too bad there's 24 hours in a day. Regret last 23 and a half. And those are just the days you get some. That's kind of true. You know, for me, man, it was like, you know, just killing it. As soon as I was like, oh, and done, it was like, go away, bitch. I don't want to do that no more. That was it. It was exhausting. Exhausting. It was fun, but it was exhausting. Dude Man Senior, if I was a Will Simp, I would have gone hockey mask time. I don't know. OJ got away with it. He could too. Basilisk boy, look, there was a Greek family of 5 children. None of the children were the husbands. They were all looking like Greek guys 2 blocks away. The truth came out. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. That was kind of weird. Sorry, no disrespect. Just kind of weird. Salty Paladin. This does not end until those who rule fear those they rule over. Well, it in my opinion, it doesn't end until there is no ruling class. That's it. The accumulation of wealth has to be abolished on a societal level. Now, I don't mean having things. Having things is fine, but the accumulation of wealth has to go away. It has to go away. There is more than enough for the billions of people on this planet. More than enough. More than enough. The idea that we're out of space is complete bullshit. It's complete bullshit. That's just another shuck and jive that is put on people. See, everything is a put on. Everything. When you learn to see that, you learn to see a lot. Then you learn to start seeing your worth out here in life. And you can give these motherfuckers the gate and do your own thing. Florida man, speaking of OJ, should we possibly start up a GoFundMe for him to collect enough money to find the murderer? I don't know about all that. I think that's been done and dusted. Done and dusted. Homeschool time. A girl cheated. You don't say. No shit. And statistically now, from every outlet that has done these models over the last few years, they meet and exceed the rate at which men are committing infidelity. Except now they have built-in excuses. When a woman cheats, that was her absolute last opportunity to tell you that you're fucking everything up. So, yeah, we're just going to make everything an excuse, not take any accountability. Look, if you want to cheat, if you have that desire, give him divorce papers. Divorce him. Do it right. There's nothing holding you back. See that no-fault divorce had disastrous consequences. No-fault divorce has to be eliminated. It has to be not messed with, not fucked with, not tweaked a little bit here and tweaked a little bit there. It has to be eliminated. It's got to go. No-fault divorce is bullshit because there's always some fault to be assigned. There's always some blame to be laid. They knew which way that they were going with that. They did. They understood what that was going to do. They understood how it was going to automatically criminalize and put liability on men. They knew that. They're not dumb. Now you see all of these fucking vampires trying to hold on to everything out here that they have gotten, their ill-gotten gain by dubious means. So fuck them too. You feel me, dog? Do you feel me? You understand what I'm saying? Okay, I'm glad. Demon Slayer, these women are fucking freaking disgusting. Yes, yes. But I can't let men off the hook. I can't let men off the hook. I was just watching a video before I came on here earlier about, I guess he was Korean. He was either Korean or Chinese, begging at the feet of a woman to not leave him or to take him back. I don't know which was the scenario. Beating himself, literally fist punching his fucking face, crying, making his face bleed. I mean, what the fuck, homeboy? You know what I'm saying? You know, are girls that rare in Korea or China that you have to do that to yourself? I don't think so. But that's what becomes of men in gynocentric societies. And then the other men, you know, like me, like a lot of you that are watching right now, what happens to them? You get shunned. You get pushed aside. Oh, they're dinosaurs. They're archaic. They're just not with the times. They're afraid of strong, independent hoes. It makes me laugh. A manly load. Oh, shit. And it jumped. Why? Of course it jumped. Of course it did. Every time, every fucking time. Well, I'm sorry about that, Manly. I'll get it back to it later. Homeschool time. Dating, free chit, marriage, free chit, divorce, free chit, welfare, free chit. little girls most affected. I agree. Line of MGTOW. In a bygone era, a cheating wife was put to death. Wasn't that long ago? Wasn't that long ago? I feel like I might want to revisit a bygone era, if not just to read about it. Dane Boro, if I was stooped enough to ever get stupid enough to ever get married and my wife cheated on me and wanted alimony, I'd be in jail. There's a lot of men that go that route. What are we up to? Like 200 on hockey mask time with RPM? A lot of guys go that route. It is what it is. If somebody attempted to run up in here, accuse me, and try to take all my shit, they would end up as kindling with the shit. If you're going to make me broke, poor, and destitute, I don't really have nothing to live for anyways. So I'll be happy to take that route. You want to burn me down, I'm going to burn you down. It's only fair. This is my opinion, my hypothetical opinion. Daniel Green, thank you, Ronald Reagan, for no-fault divorce. Yep. The Grand Republican is the motherfucker that signed it into law. Fuck him. That's what tradcons do. That's what gynocentrism does when it's reinforced on a tradcon. Absolutely. Greg Smith, at least 500 years for the Red Shields. Octopus Dance Party, Yo-Yo Hammer. Hope you're doing good today. I am doing well, man. Chilling. One fast dag. Women encourage other women to cheat and divorce. Monkey see. Monkey see. Monkey do. Monkey piss all over you. Tell me what movie that's from. Francesco Fragel. The women's are part of the Thieves Guild, I guess. I don't know that it's an actual thing, but for as much free shit as they get from men when they decide to walk out the door, yeah, it's thievery to me. I don't give a fuck if it comes across as a legal order or legal doctrine. It's the transfer of wealth from one person to another by criminal means. And they don't see it as criminal. And that's why I say no cohabitation, no marriage, and no kids. And that means don't give them your seed. If you have kids, then you take care of your kids. Plain and simple. And don't go make 8 fucking kids. Because we can't afford to do that anymore. Unless you have the means. Congratulations if you do. But yeah, keep your dick under control. Control your biology. Don't let that motherfucker down there start talking to you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, what was that? You've been sleeping for a while. I know, bro, but I just got this weird fucking feeling. What kind of feeling you got? See that bitch over there? No, man, we ain't doing this no more. No, I really just, no, bitch. You grab that bitch and you choke him. You make him puke. And then it's gone. Randall DeBooty. First time a woman takes responsibility will be the first time that a woman takes responsibility. Damn right. It's Wesley the I-70 Mad Hatter. Bitches be bitches. Always burn those bridges to light your way to freedom. MGTOW, my man. Dick Marks. One day my Ferrari will come. Disney told me so. They tell a whole bunch of fucking whoppers. They really do. Caleb Plant. Women are not good friends to each other. No, they're not. And they're terrible friends to everyone else. Look, on a serious note, you can have female friends, but it's only going to go in a couple of directions once you have female friends. They are under no illusions, women, that they have a majority of social power and social cred, and they have law backing them up. So you're at an automatic disadvantage if you take it to another place. A huge disadvantage if you take it to another place. So don't do that. That's just my opinion. You do what you want. When I say don't do that, it's very rhetorical. I'm talking to me, you know. You do what you need to do, but try not to let your dick put you in the ringer, because that very temporary satisfaction for you and her, it has ramifications and repercussions if the other party decides that it does. And there's nothing that you can do about it except maybe kill them, you know. And then what? You sacrificed the entirety of the rest of your life. So it's not a very good outcome one way or the other. You know what I'm saying? Misfit bassist, full sleeves and a face full of scrap metal. And those are the normal size ones. You know, I see those all over TikTok, man. Them hoes, and they're like, oh, man, who wants all of this? I'm like, no one. Body positivity at any size. I'm like, no. It's like the fucking Fly. Help me. Just beat that bitch with a rock and just end it right there. Oh. Oh. Eric Drayton, great name. The women are doing what their nature tells them to do. Yes. And it's being reinforced through the culture, through law. And that's not good for you. It's not good for me. I mean, is it really any wonder that the transformer population is incredibly one-sided, and it's typically little white boys that want to turn themselves into little white girls. Even at that age, the pressure that boys are under is extreme. It's extreme, and it shouldn't be that way. So it doesn't surprise me at all that that's the way that it's going, because that's the way it's going. The Dane of Truth, the DK Dane of Truth. Hey man, I remember you for the last one. A whole lot of idols from the youth lost their glory when later in life they take a real good look at them. It's like women look at their actions, not their words. Yeah, it's true. It's true. My enemies, my name is Mud. Oh, my name is Mud. It's all one fucking word. At Hammerhand, there will always be a ruling class. I don't believe that. For the foreseeable future, yes, I agree. But I believe that if humanity is to advance beyond its current state, which is very smoothed over, and most people don't understand that even in very good countries like in the West, the vast majority of the population is still some form of slave. If we're ever going to advance beyond that, ruling classes have to disappear. They have to disappear. Things can be done differently, of course, input can be done in an honest way, not the dishonest ways that we have now today, where personal politics and greed and avarice, sociopathy, psychotic malcontents are trying to get a hold of everything because the door is being just kicked open for them. Everybody is not entitled to a voice. Now, I want to make that clear. Everybody is not entitled to a voice. Everybody doesn't deserve a voice. If you're a bag of shit, if you're a psychotic human, if you're malformed, if you're immature, if you haven't fucking lived, if you don't work in the industry that you write rules for, everybody doesn't have a voice and they don't deserve it. Just my opinion. Hal Verde. Eve caused the fall of man. Since then, nothing has changed. I'd like to add a little bit to that. Adam had the option not to partake of the apple with Eve. And he would have rather lived in sin with Eve than been struck down to live by himself in loneliness, because she was going to pay the price. So Adam's emotions caused his fall from grace. Misfit bassist. Pussy is a hell of a drug. Well, it is that. Yeah, it is that. Hammer school time. Is that right? Homeschool time. 900 years world history. People running like hell from both church and state. Same group. Obey and conform and share income or else. Next year, more laws, more tax. Yes. Tal the Sentient. This is the first time I've heard of the suggestion to abolish the ruling class. This is very interesting, and I'm wondering how that would be handled. It would take a monumental effort. Something earth-shaking. And I don't mean a literal quake, although, it would take a monumental effort. And I think the ruling class has to go. As long as you have human beings that are in a position of power, the tremendous responsibility that comes with that, the temptation is so large for people that they can't abide by the responsibility of the temptation. They can't. Now, is it a possibility that a ruling set of philosophies could emerge that people would follow without figureheads? I think that's possible. I think that's very possible. Does it emerge in the form of AI, written text? I don't know. Interesting ideas, though. Gentlemen, and the few ladies that are in here, I am going to terminate this motherfucker. We're moving in on 2.5 hours. It's 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here, and I got to go get something to eat and nourish this big ass. It's been my pleasure, as it always is, and like I always try to end these, every day above dirt, gentlemen, ladies, is a good day, even if it sucks, because you get to experience this. It's not oppression. You feel me? That's out there, but it's life. It's living. It's smelling the grass. It's feeling that 30-degree air out there that's out there right now tonight. Defrosting your windows, watching the leaves swirl around on the ground, watching them come back in the spring. It's all of that. None of that should be passed over, and none of it should be taken for granted. And I appreciate the hell out of all of you, as I always do. Thank you for showing. 367 of you still here at nearly the 2.5 hour mark. That's impressive, and I appreciate it greatly. So I think I'm out. You guys, gals, have a very good night. Be safe, and I'll catch you on the next one, as always. Peace.